47. Gary Payton leading the way. 3 of 5 from the field, 7 points and 3 assists. After 1 in Cleveland, it's the West 34, the East 21. We'll be back with more of the 47th All-Star Game after this. Well, among the special moments of this weekend, the All-Star Game halftime celebration. Members of the group selected as the 50 greatest players in NBA history will be introduced. You're seeing many familiar faces: Robert Parrish, the Dr. Julius Erving, so Larry Bird and Willis Reed, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar sitting next to Elgin Baylor, Bill Russell. I would have to say there never has ever been a collection of legendary talent like this assembled in one place at one time.
Marvin, it's the most amazing thing that I've ever been involved in. For the first time in 25 years, I am on such a cloud, my legs don't hurt anymore at all.
Wow, you're ready to go. Well, Eddie Jones heading to the line. Nice move by Jones on the reverse, fouled by Glenn Rice.
When Eddie Jones able to get by, he's one of the guys who can create off his own dribble. And again, Mutombo on the bench. Not a lot of shot blockers out there for the Eastern Conference.
Second quarter just underway. Here's Rice. Rice off the follow going Rice. John Stockton back on the floor. In the back row with Latrell Sprewell. Here's Spree going with the left hand and rebounded by Brandon. Setting the East. Brandon with Hardaway in the backcourt. Baker, Weber, and Rice up front. Brandon eluding Sprewell. And rebounded by Garnett.
Well, Terrell Brandon did say before the game he was going to be very offensive minded and shoot the ball a lot. I think he has kept his promise. Every time he's touched it, he has launched.
And Jones fouled by Brandon.
Now, Terrell Brandon is so used to playing pick and roll basketball. Now he's playing off on the wing as a shooting guard and looking for every shot as his parents in the stand, Charles and Charlotte. Charlotte, the head of NBA Moms. Terrific program for the players around the league where the mothers get together and communicate, available to the players when they come into that city to talk to them. And Terrell was asked if he would ever do that. He says, no, I got my mom. I call her all the time.
But it is an extremely nice gesture because Charlotte Brandon does live in the Portland area, and they've extended to some of the young players like Jermaine O'Neal of the Portland Trailblazers. That won't count. Foul called before the shot. Gugliotta picked up the foul. Meanwhile, Terrell Brandon, who is certainly accustomed to this court and the rims, not shy about popping them up. 5 shots in 6-7 minutes of play.
I'm sure he's glancing over at Mike Fratello every single time up and down the court too. Say, I can play this style as well.
Well, Terrell can. The problem is, can the other Cavaliers? That's the problem. And the Cavaliers in for a very rough second half of the season. A tough schedule with many of the other Eastern teams in that area, 7, 8, 9 of the conference, have favorable schedules.
Garnett with the block to stop Rice, who thought he was fouled. 39-23, the West in front with 1.5 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Eddie Jones has been the hot man for the West. He has scored the last 7 points for his team. Here's Rice, and again he's blocked. Finn Baker of the Milwaukee Bucks. The West now leading by 14.
Kevin Garnett is really closing down the middle, making it difficult on any penetration.
Gugliotta. And back comes Hardaway. Here's Baker to the fairway. Now Stockton running the floor. Floats it to Gugliotta. And it's tipped home by Jones. Eddie Jones of the Los Angeles Lakers has taken over here in the second quarter. He now has 10 points in all. Eddie Jones averaging 16 per game. 16 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. As Matt mentioned earlier, leads the league in steals. Stay right here, says Bill Oakes. Reach and foul.
Well, Vin Baker very active around the basket, and when the shot blockers go up, they are not in good position to do anything else, and Vin Baker takes advantage of it. Very strong around the basket, muscles through. No big men in there to stop him. A terrific job by Tom Gugliotta, not with a lot of blinding speed, but turned it on at midcourt, ran right to the rim, ball delivered on time.
Well, covering tonight's game and continuing a tradition of 72 years of providing aerial coverage at the nation's top sporting events, the Goodyear Blimp from high above Cleveland. What a second quarter it's been for Eddie Jones, who was the most valuable player of the All-Star rookie game some 3 years back in Phoenix, and enjoying this, his first All-Star selection.
And Eddie is not waiting for anything to happen. He is making it happen. The drive on the baseline, and not taking for granted that Gugliotta would make that layup, followed it beautifully.
Matt, Eddie can play that transition game, and the Lakers are putting on quite a show. The athleticism of Eddie Jones today, and then Kobe Bryant yesterday, who won the slam dunk contest and then was magnificent in the rookie All-Star game. 31 points and 8 rebounds on 13 for 16 free throws for Kobe in the rookie game yesterday.
For the West, Detlef Schrempf of the Seattle Sonics has come on for the first time. A three-pointer. John Stockton has 5, and the West increases its lead 44-25. We are early second quarter. It's Christian Laettner.
Well, the West is just doing a better job of moving the ball, finding the open man, consequently getting a lot of open shots.
Well, Dumars of the Pistons on the floor for the first time could not handle that low pass. Oh, the getaway from Jones for Schrempf. So Detlef with his first field goal. It's the West with a 46-25 advantage. Joe Dumars, a late addition due to the injury suffered by Alonzo Mourning. Now Baker posting up, getting deep, and drew the foul. Foul on Gugliotta.
Stockton is so crafty at finding guys. He gives it up early, and then Eddie Jones, the presence to find the finisher, Detlef Schrempf. The best drill in basketball to practice, and the most fun, is the 3-on-2 conditioner, Marv, which was a drill invented by John Wooden. That's what this game is like, just up and down with the fast break, and if you don't get it, just quickly get to the other end.
Well, Matt and I understand that, but we thought it was very unusual that you would run us and the entire crew through that drill prior to tonight's game.
I like the 2 part where we just stand there. Don't have to move.
The West by 20. Karl Malone is back. He is up front with Schrempf and Gugliotta. Stockton in the backcourt with Jones. Stockton penetrates.
Marv, so many of these games are games of streaks, though, where a team will get way out and the other team will come back and score 20, 25 points in a row.
Michael Jordan is back on the floor. Again, Baker posting, drawing the double team, finding Jordan. Yes, and it counts. The foul committed by Schrempf, and for Michael Jordan, that is his first field goal.
Well, Michael has a little bit of a look of determination right now coming off the bench. I think he's disappointed along with the rest of the Eastern squad with just 26 points up until that point in almost a quarter and a half. So Michael, instead of trying to do something with the ball, working hard without it.
But you love to see the big guys. Vin Baker that time, but nobody's doing it better than but the big guys passing the ball out of the low post. Vin Baker nice in the triple threat position.
Bill, a very effective yes call. Just kind of slid it in there during the course of the conversation. Had it batted away by Laettner. And here's Dumars, the East showing some sign. Oh, Hill lost his balance. Jordan. Rebounded by Chris Gatling of the Dallas Mavericks. Notice for the first time in All-Star history, the players are wearing their individual team uniforms instead of that generic look. Mutombo saying, don't come back in here.
He did wave the finger a little bit, oddly enough, and he's upset about it. He's been called for a couple of taunting technicals after blocking shots and waving that finger. Don't bring that in here.
Bill, how would you have reacted to that from an opposing player?
Would have grabbed the right back and dunked it in his face.
Exactly. That's the kind of answer we wanted. Here's Gatling. Why did I think you would answer in that manner? Here's Hill on the drive. Leitner trying to rebound while on the floor. Schrempf from Malone. And intended for Gatling. Timeout has been called by the East with 6:56 remaining in the first half. The West up by 18 points a moment ago. Michael Jordan on the follow following the missed free throw. Takes it right to the rim. So Michael Jordan with a couple of buckets in the second quarter. The West 48, the East 30. We'll be back with more of the All-Star game in a moment. All right, a 14-3 run by the East. The West having its shooting problems the last couple of minutes. Eddie Jones has led the way. He's had a very strong second quarter. As we welcome you back to Cleveland. The West leading by as many as 23, now up by 12 points. Good ball movement here by the West, and Richmond fires. Schrempf with the back tap handled by Leitner, and here comes Hill. Hardaway back to Hill. Grant Hill has the touch. 10 points for Hill. It's a 10-point West lead.
Mark, Penny Hardaway is distributing that ball beautifully and so effortlessly on the money every time. A thing of beauty.
Payton. Well, they've missed 8 straight shots. Current combination on the floor for the East has helped bring them back. Nice move by Jordan. And then pitches out to his teammate, Scottie Pippen. Jordan with a show the ball maneuver, but Elisha did not go for it.
2 minutes. Referee, 2 minutes.
With the runner. And a loose ball foul. The West now has missed 9 consecutive shots. Payton was called for the foul. His second. I think Michael enjoyed that show the ball maneuver that has worked on many an occasion.
Well, you know, Keem Olajuwon, one of the best defenders of all time, but he's not going to get caught out on the floor trying to do anything with Michael Jordan. He's going to give him that jump shot all day long and try not to get embarrassed by any means on getting beat on the dribble.
Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and the Chicago Bulls delighted for Steve Kerr, who won the long-distance shootout with extraordinary shooting last night. Steve arrived here in Cleveland from the West Coast late. He had trouble making it in time for the required media session, so he called NBA Vice President of Basketball Operations Rod Thorne to tell him, and Rod told Steve, this was last Thursday, don't worry about it, nobody wants to talk to you anyway.
But the electricity in the air while Kerr was putting on that incredible demonstration of shooting and the concentration you see in that young man, fabulous.
They wanted to talk to Steve after that performance last night. A minute 40 remaining in the first half. Richmond lost it off his foot. Leitner's outlet. It's a 4-on-2, and then Hill mishandled. And it was very fortunate that a violation was not called.
As much as Christian Laettner dislikes playing center, Jordan in the middle.
Oh, he did it right in the face of Shawn Kemp. So the East is now within 7.
Leitner's doing a good job holding down the middle. Helps if you got Jordan, Grant Hill, and Penny and Glenn Rice.
On a 19-3 run by the East, and they keep coming. Let's get by Jordan. So the West now leads by only 5. At one time, it was a 23-point ball. Just under 1 minute left in the first half. Payton draws the foul. Foul on Christian Laettner.
Jordan starting to take over. When you can score on Shawn Kemp in the low post, there's nothing better than busting the big guys. And then Penny with the layup and Jordan over the top. One time down the court, you face up Sean Kemp in a turnaround post up, and then you tip over Akeem. He's pretty good.
Fine observation, Bill. Michael Jordan now 9 points, 6 assists, 7 rebounds. 22nd timeout has been called. Doug Collins talking to his squad. Doug, who has done a sensational job bringing the Pistons to the 3rd best record in the East. Chicago owning the best record in the Eastern Conference, but Phil Jackson coached the All-Stars last season, and NBA rules do not allow back-to-back appearances as head coach. And a reminder, coming up at halftime, the 50 greatest players will be introduced. Should be some emotional moments on the court here. Bill Walton among the 50. And I know you are excited about that introduction.
A lot of great things in my life have happened, Marv, but nothing, absolutely nothing, has topped this.
And a hacking foul. It is on Richmond. We're down to 42 seconds left in the first half. You're talking about working this telecast, or are you talking about
both, Marv? It got so special yesterday that Bill Russell was even signing everybody's autographs.
You're kidding.
Absolutely not. Bill was in there smiling and laughing and going around signing everybody's books.
You may receive a bill in about a week. Jordan sweeping through. And the West now leads by only 4.
How about the smile on Michael's face? He said, I haven't done that in about 7 years. The old launching pad on the missed free throw.
Nice box out.
And the East will get it back. The West has missed its last 10 shots. They led at one point 53-30. They were up by 23. Here's Hardaway from 3. Yes! The West by only 1. And they're holding for a final possession of this first half.
Well, the West has had no answers for the versatile lineup of the East. They have beaten them in every area.
Olajuwon with a beautiful move. So the West finally able to hit. It's a 27-7 run. Final seconds of the first half, and Jordan was looking to throw to his right. Looked like he wanted to give it up. It was batted out of bounds. Last touch by the West. Right now only 0.2 of a second showing on the clock.
And nobody's walking over there to take it out of bounds. Lobbed a penny at the hoop right here.
Yeah, this will need a deflection to count. And here it is. Did he get it off in time?